Find out the dupes I found for my favorite high-end makeup. I've got $500 worth of makeup on this side of my face, and I've got $100 worth of makeup on this side of my face. Hi, I'm Shelley. This is Fabulous 50s, a lifestyle channel for women over 50. And if you're a woman over 50, click subscribe and click the bell and you'll be alerted every time there's a new video, and they'll all relate to you. A few weeks ago, I made a video on my favorite beauty products, and many of them were high-end because that's what I buy and that's what I love and that's what I want to share with you, the things that I love. But the very last thing I want is for even one of you to feel like you're missing out because the products that I mentioned were outside of your price range. So this is what I did. I took all the products that I loved into the store with me, and I compared and tested. And what I was looking for was a similar consistency and a similar feel. And, you know, I just wanted to find you products that were very, very similar to the ones that I loved at a much cheaper price. And to be super honest with you, I don't really use drugstore makeup. Not because it's not good, it's just because I have always just bought what I like. And the reason for that is, my first job, I was working in a chemist and we were selling Lancome makeup, and I just loved it. I loved testing it, I loved trying it, I loved wearing it, I loved selling it, and I loved when all the new products came in. So I just got a taste for beautiful makeup back then. And then when I got a little bit older and started a business, I was working 7 days a week and I was working very, very hard. And for me, buying makeup back then was my little treat. It was something that I was doing to feel girly and feminine when I was just working so hard. And I guess that's kind of masculine. I was in that role of working hard and making decisions and being switched on all the time. So that's kind of why I just went into the department stores where it was all glamorous, and I kind of just got into the habit of going there to buy my makeup and trying things on and loving them, and you know, that's what I did. But when I started my YouTube channel, you were asking me, you know, what's your favorite drugstore brand, and you know, what do you use, what's a comparison, what's a dupe? And I didn't know. So I feel I wasn't really equipped to give you great advice because I didn't know. So I've gone out and I've shopped and I've shopped and I've shopped for the last couple of weeks. I was going in every couple of days just to try new products. And I really, really wanted to know so I could tell you. And I bought a whole lot of things. I've brought them home. I've tried them. I've been testing one product after the next after the next. So thank you to you for getting me out there, trying something that I haven't tried before. I'm going to save money and I'm going to be equally as happy as I am with these beautiful products. So it's nice to have the luxury products, but if that's outside your price range, don't worry about it. You're not missing out on anything. There's so many beautiful products that you can use. You're going to be happy, you're going to feel great, and I'm going to share with you things that I think that you're going to love. Okay, let's get started. This was the La Mer that I told you about that I loved. It's $200 here in Australia, and all the prices will be in Australian dollars. So just to compare, all the products on this side combined equal $500, and all the products on this side combined equal $100. Okay, so the La Mer looks like this up close, and you apply it with a sponge. The consistency of this is light. It's a medium coverage, and it's very dewy and luminous, but not too luminous at all. It's perfect. That's that one there. But the one that I have found, and I looked forever to find something that was really close to the La Mer, and I found this one, and it's the Max Factor Miracle Touch. And it comes in a little pot, and you do a similar thing. You use a sponge or a beauty blender with this one as well. The consistency is very similar, and it doesn't have the same luminosity, but it has a very similar texture, and then on top of that we'll add something luminous later on. But this was a really great find, and I actually really look forward to using it. It's so beautiful. Have a look how beautiful that is. It goes on so smooth. And I was surprised at how similar it was to the La Mer in consistency. It's so beautiful. I was actually in shock. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't think that the drugstore products, as I said, I haven't used them before. I didn't think that they would be this good. Like, I'm super happy with that finish. So happy. Okay, so that's one layer here of $200 foundation, the La Mer. And this one here, the Max Factor, it's the Miracle Touch, $16. I'm loving this. So I will definitely be wearing this a lot more often. And I'm going to show you the difference between the MAC eyeshadow that I normally use and a eye paint from L'Oreal. The MAC is $36 and this L'Oreal eye paint is $13. So I'll just show you the difference between the two. Just pat that in. And that'll just give me a nude base, and once it's pat in and you let it dry, it won't crease. And then on this side I'm going to use my MAC single. So that's just taken away the discolouring in my eyelids and given me a neutral base, and on top of that I'll add eyeliner and just keep it very, very simple. I will tell you that I couldn't find an eyeliner to match the eyeliner that I already use, which is the Stila waterproof. All the eyeliners that I tested they smudged, and I couldn't find anything that was long wearing enough. So I'm still looking for a dupe for this eyeliner here, and if you know of one, let me know so I can go and buy it and try it out for a little while. The ones that I bought I just wasn't happy with, so I don't want to tell you what they are. So I'm just going to add a little bit of eyeliner on top of my eyeshadow. Okay, I've got a little trick for you just to show you how to make your eyes come out a little bit more. You layer a little bit of a product like this. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome, and it's got a beautiful sheen to it, and it's gold. So I'm going to line a little bit of this Master Chrome on top of my eyeliner, and it's going to bring my eyes out. I'll show you. Okay, that's really subtle, but when someone gets up close to you, it's going to make your eyes sparkle, and that's what we want. The next thing I found a really good comparable dupe for was the Marc Jacobs mascara that I love. It's very thickening and lengthening, and it really does everything that you'd need for mascara. And it was the Paradise by L'Oreal. This actually was really, really great, and I didn't think I'd be able to get a match for this because I just didn't think that the cheaper brands would have as high an impact. But let me show you what happens. So I'm going to put the Marc Jacobs on first. That's one coat of the Marc Jacobs, and then I'll put the L'Oreal on. See, look how good that is. Okay, I'm going to add a second coat now. Second coat. And the L'Oreal. Okay, so the L'Oreal at 25 and the Marc Jacobs at 39. That's not a huge difference, but yet this gives you the same results as this. Have a look. There's no difference, and when you wear it all day, it's the same. It doesn't get itchy and it doesn't flake. So really good find here. Now to get some color into my cheeks, I'm going to show you on the expensive side my Hourglass Ambient blush. This is really beautiful and I love it. This is $61 and I'm going to compare it to my MILANI, which is $6. That's the two colors here, 61 and 6. So there's a very big difference in price, but I was very surprised there's not that much difference. This one here has got a beautiful sort of strobing effect on it, but so is this one in a different way. So let me show you the two when I put them on. Okay, so that's just a subtle look. Let's clean my brush. And then I'll put the MILANI on, the $6 on the other side. And both of these blushes have got a beautiful sheen to them because the sheen brings your cheek forward. So I really don't think you need to spend $61 if you can get a very similar thing for $6. So beautiful to have, but you're not missing out on anything. Okay, now I've got to show you this because this is what I was most excited about. I've told you all about my favorite thing, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless filter. So this is what I'm loving at the moment. And I took this along with me, put this on my wrist and compared. And I was trying to find the same consistency and I did. So I found two products, the Rimmel Instant Flawless and the CoverGirl Go Glow. So these two products here do a similar thing. This originally is meant to go underneath your makeup, but the way I love to wear it is on top of my cheekbones to bring my face forward and to give me a luminous glow. So I'll show you, and it's not a runny consistency, and it's kind of not the consistency of a primer. It's a little bit thicker. It's kind of a little bit like a very light foundation consistency, but it's got a nice glow. And this one here is number 3 that I use, which is light medium. Okay, now in comparison, the Rimmel and the CoverGirl, they've both got that same kind of texture. All three of these are light reflecting, and that's what we want. We want the light to hit our face and then reflect off. None of them have sparkle. They all have a slightly thicker consistency than a highlighter, and it's not a highlighter, it's something other than that. And it just gives your skin the most luminous, beautiful glow, and I can't believe that I found something that is very similar. And again, you're not missing out on anything because this is $65 and these are around like $13 or $14 here. And it'll be much cheaper if you live overseas. So you could buy either of these and be super, super happy. So I'll show you how to use it. I like to spray first with my Hangover 3-in-1, but you've just got to make sure your beauty blender is moist. So take the Charlotte Tilbury, put a little bit on your hand, dab it in, and then just apply to the top of your cheeks. And that's how beautiful. And you can also apply anywhere that you want to add a little bit of luminosity. If you're using a foundation that is more matte and flat, putting something like this on top of it is going to bring it forward and bring your face to life. And as we're getting older, that's what we need to do. We need to sort of make our face a little bit more 3D, because when it's too flat, it pushes it in and makes it look older and tireder. So bringing it out with light is the perfect solution, and that's why I love this so much. I'll use one of these to show you the difference. So again, put a little bit on your hand and tap it in and then apply just to the top of your cheeks. and you'll find that this is the most beautiful effect. You can't tell that you've got it on your skin. It's flawless and it's so beautiful. Okay, so that is just the most perfect dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm so excited that I found it. Before the lips, I always start with a lip liner, and because I've got lines on my lip, it's really important that I don't mess that up, because if my lipstick bleeds into my lines, it looks like a mess. When I was searching for lip liner, I found a few that were great, but I love the Kat Von D lip liners because there's a few things about them that are great for mature women. First of all, once you line your lips, it sets a base so that your lipstick doesn't bleed. And once you put it on, you don't have to reapply all the time. And it's got a consistency that really works for me, and nothing budges. So I don't really want to go anywhere else other than where I am with that. So if you've got a really great lip liner that does that sort of thing, that's a lot cheaper, let me know. This one's $27. A couple of others that I bought are around $17 here. So there's not that much difference in price, and it's only a few dollars more. So I'm sticking with this, and if you haven't tried this one, give it a go. So I'll just line my lips. So I've lined my lips, and you can touch it and it's dry. So whatever I put on top of that, it's going to hold it in place. I love using a MAC lipstick, and I love their mattes because they just stay on all day. And this is one of the colors that I use. It's a nude peach, and I found a Max Factor color that was very, very similar, and I'm going to use that today. And I find with a matte lipstick as opposed to a creamy lipstick, it's going to stay on your lips and not in the lines around your lips, which is really important for me because I've got a lot of lines. And then on top of my lipstick, I add a gloss, and my favorite gloss of all time is the MAC Lip Gloss. And the reason I love this one is because it stays on the longest and you don't have to reapply it all day long. The NYX lip butters are really great as well. It's almost as good. So again, you're not missing out if you buy these NYX. They're actually very, very good. The difference, I would say, is that the MAC are slightly more pigmented and they'll stay on a little bit longer. I'll tell you what the difference is. Their MAC lip gloss is $34 and the NYX lip butters are $10. So there's a pretty big difference there. So I'll put on the MAC to show you. And you only really need to put a little bit here in the middle. And a trick with your lipstick, once you've put it on, is you take your ring finger and you put it in your mouth, and what comes here on your finger is what doesn't end up on your teeth. So my mum taught me that tip and I always use it, and I never get lippy on my teeth. I really hope you enjoyed this dupes video for my favorite products, and if you did enjoy it, please give a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful week.